The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has no doubt played a dominant role in rebuilding Nigeria's democratic governance since the Fourth Republic in 1999. For 16 years, the PDP built a cohesive, united, and some would say, clearly defined nation-state and only slipped into opposition in 2015. The party with the big umbrella as its logo is, however, currently in the process of reinventing itself with the hope that it will return to power in 2019. No doubt, PDP initially struggled to adjust from a position of a ruling party to that of opposition party. As soon as the results of the 2015 presidential election were announced, it appeared that the APC was bent on stampeding the PDP out of power even when the handover date of May 29, 2015 was months away. PDP struggled to cope with the avalanche of verbal insults and painting of its members as corrupt and inept by APC officials. Few PDP members rose to the occasion in defense of the party and its ideals. One of such defenders of the cornerstone values of PDP was Professor Abubakar Sulaiman, former Minister of National Planning. He and a few other PDP stalwarts tore into shreds the propaganda tactic of the APC, exposing the half-truth, outright falsehood, and the calculated misinformation, putting the correct facts before the public.
Was APC an organized setting before they came together in the first system, before the formed government? Do they share anything in common in terms of common ideology? Do they have the common aim? Are you telling me that the Saraki's interest is the same thing as Buhari's interest? Are we saying that Buhari and Tinubu, they have common interest? If one is talking about corruption, is this other person, acceded to corruption?
And with all respect to Mr. President, I want to believe that as a Nigerian who he is, as Nigerians who the APC members are, I think they are at liberty to heap blames on the PDP and perhaps on the previous governments in this country. But one thing that saddens me so much is that for a man that aspired to be Nigerian president 3 times, knowing fully well what he assumed to be the problem on ground, I think we should go beyond the issue of blame game now. It just suggests one thing, and that is the fact that Mr. President and indeed the APC do not have what it takes to rule this country.
Professor Sulaiman no doubt believes in the principles of the People's Democratic Party. He has demonstrated passion, commitment, and dedication in party matters, and his courage and steadfastness in defending the ideals and interests of the PDP remain unquestionable. At some point, many Nigerians thought he was the unofficial spokesperson of the PDP. His infectious conviction, oratory, and strategic engagement skills stand him out. He displayed these qualities during the brief period he served as Minister of National Planning and Deputy Chairman of the National Planning Commission.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving us some of your time this afternoon. I would like you to quickly take us through the targets of the country's National Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan.
The National Integrated Infrastructure Master Plan is a blueprint, is a long-term plan that is intended to really close the gap in the area of infrastructure.
As a federal minister, Professor Sulaiman, an erudite scholar and university don, helped many Nigerians key into the policies and programs of the government and quoted the understanding of the international community.
I'm here to deliver the message of Nigerian people, Nigerian government.
Professor Sulaiman currently serves as Secretary of PDP Former Ministers Forum. His organizational and teamwork competencies have been brought to bear on the activities of the organization. These qualities are what the university don, politician, and administrator will bring to bear in the office of the National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP.
Now, the beautiful thing about Professor Sulaiman was that each time he speaks to issues, he does so from the background of knowledge and information. He's not somebody that speaks pedestrianly. He's a person that is very calculating in whatever he does. He's a person that he's deeply thoughtful. He's a person that he looks at issues very, very deeply and incisively. And so that at the end of the day, each time he speaks on issues or he talks on matters, you'll discover that he's talking from a highly informed and unbiased perspective. And for all the time that PDP governments had been criticized, whether by those of our people who are in government or outside, Professor Sulaiman will come out and carefully assess those criticisms that were made. And his response were always superb. Several times when he talked, that nobody will be able to make a agenda because he has been able to comprehensively talk to the issues, that there is nothing for anybody to say. And I'll give you an example. There was a time when the governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai, came and said that when President Jonathan was in government, that he was spending billions of naira to organize independence celebrations. And Professor Sulaiman came out with facts and data, and then he spoke. And when he spoke, not only was El-Rufai silenced, and silenced completely, but indeed the then Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Baba Chirila, came out and confirmed that indeed what Professor Sulaiman said was true.
Professor Sulaiman, the Kwara State-born academic, politician, and gentleman par excellence, is helping to bring in his wealth of experience to the position at a time the party is in dire need of not just a spokesman, but one convinced and connected to the ideas of the People's Democratic Party.
Well, Sulaiman is a very, very good man. He's one of those that, if you're in a war situation, I'd love him to have him by my side in any battle, or to have him behind me. He is fearless. He's competent, he's strong, he's focused, and most important of all, he's a very good Muslim. He takes his faith very, very seriously. He fears God, and he abhors evil, and he abhors injustice. So he's a profoundly good man, and there are very few men like that within the political firmament. I'm very impressed with him.
Professor Abubakar Sulaiman is someone that I know very well, and somebody who has distinguished himself as an academic and as a bureaucrat. He has distinguished himself when he was in the cabinet as a planner and of course as a politician. And since we left office as a Jonathan cabinet, he stood out as one of those who spoke very well about the administration because he knew it and because he mentored it. He's a distinguished Nigerian who has been in the field for many years, and he's an oratory. His oratory is so handy when it comes to performing a duty of a publicity secretary. And not only his oratory, his depths of knowledge of Nigeria and his fidelity, his sincerity. Whatever he says is not an excuse. He does not delude or deceive anybody. He speaks from a point of view of knowledge, and he is very convincing in terms of persuasion, not coercion. So he's the type of person we need in PDP at this time that we are trying to repackage PDP. I think among all the parts of those people trying to become publicity secretary for the PDP, he is the most suited, the most fitted, because he has the experience, he has the pedigree, he has the antecedents to perform the job.
The process of rebuilding the People's Democratic Party, which involved many court cases, has happily flushed out fifth columnists. Even when the party remains at the crossroads facing the challenges of a new beginning, the party therefore needs a set of young, vibrant and courageous persons who have distinguished themselves in their various fields of endeavor, willing to ride the current storm with the leadership and members of the party to restore the PDP to power in 2019.
When you have such a person that speaks from point of knowledge and information, that he speaks and then he speaks objectively, then you can't have a better person as an image maker of any political party than him. He has done that role for us as former ministers, and he has done that fantastically well. And so that is why a lot of people, a lot of leaders of our party, the People's Democratic Party, are in fact calling upon him that there is need for him to make further sacrifice beyond what he's doing now and to come up and then aspire for the office of National Public Secretary of the People's Democratic Party. And I'm convinced that if we have a person like Professor Sulaiman, that indeed we will now succeed in proving to Nigerians that it's not going to be business as usual as far as the leadership of PDP is concerned.
Image maker of the party had lost election because of so many vices, imposition, arrogance, cant, internal squabbles, and so on and so forth. His persuasive personality and his energy and determination would definitely have a very positive impact on the party, and he's going to provide the kind of balloon that is required to provide peace and tranquility within the party, to bring some kind of synergy, to provide reconciliation, at the same time give our own part of the narration of the Nigerian economy, where we are here because of his background as a planner, as an economist, and of course of somebody who is a PhD holder in international relations.
Professor Sulaiman has demonstrated his passion for the PDP and a willingness to defend its principles by the way and manner he and other members of the PDP Ministers' Forum resisted moves to install Ali Modu Sheriff as the party's chairman. It appeared that they saw the future and fought tooth and nail to stop the former chairman from destroying the party.
Sulaiman was one of those that inspired all of us within the Ministers' Forum to take a strong position in order to ensure that we could get our party back from people like Ali Modu Sheriff and the others that tried to hijack the whole party. Right from the outset, he was very clear about what his position was. And he inspired me personally, because I remember the first time we had a meeting on this at the Ministers' Forum, he actually said that, look, as a good Muslim, that he would never ever support somebody like Ali Modu Sheriff, who was a usurper and who was somebody that was had been sent to destroy our party, and that he would never ever compromise his faith or his beliefs or his convictions. And I was amazed when he said that. And it was based on what he said at that meeting that I also stood up and said, well, I concurred with him. And we worked together from that moment on, together with the whole of the Ministers' Forum, and eventually the rest of the party came round until Ali Modu Sheriff was basically pushed out.
The December 2017 convention of the PDP is the first step towards repositioning the party. The party's hope of returning to power in 2019 rests squarely on picking the right set of people for its National Executive Committee. Professor Abubakar Sulaiman has all it takes to reconnect the PDP with the people as the party's spokesman.
Nigerian democracy will not thrive except and unless we have a vibrant opposition. And the kind of government we have today is a government that doesn't have respect for rule of law, that doesn't have respect for the wishes of Nigerian people. So we need a vibrant opposition who will not just be there to raise issues, but to constructively engage government of the day in a way that Nigerians will understand what are the problems, what are the issues, and without a vibrant national public secretary who is courageous, who is passionate, who has the credibility, there's no how we can give this government a vibrant opposition. There's no how we can give this country a vibrant opposition. I have the passions, I have the courage, I have the pedigree. I've been doing this for the past 28 months. My track records are there for people to see. And I want to believe it's not about just eloquence. It's not about rhetoric. It's about that courage and passion which I've given to the PDP in the last 28 months. So I think I'm the best bet, if you have to go by the entire North Central, to do the job for PDP. And I want to believe if Nigerians support me, if our people support me, if the delegates vote for me, the better for this party, the better for Nigerian democracy.